everyone. Back to another week of Age of Mythology Retold. We're going to the campaign. Yes, there's a holidays event going on. Anyone who is playing this game during the Thanksgiving week or month, if you live in America, you will know more about that than me, being Australian. You guys can get right on that. Because now I feel like if Australia was an independent country, one thing I really would insist on trying to do was having an actual, National Australia Day that would be celebrated on the day that Australia becomes an independent country, and the Australia Day we have now would be a kind of Thanksgiving. That would really be nice. You could call it something like the Fleet Day or the Landing Day. Some people like to call it the Invasion Day, but well, maybe that would work too. Point is that the independence of Australia can allow for two national days. I think Thanksgiving is kind of a national day. It celebrates when America became an independent... when America got found by the English. So, the Thanksgiving holidays event. You guys can get on that, and we are going to get on this bad boy here, Revelation. The heroes must destroy Gargarensis' ram before he can break open the mysterious gate in the underworld. Now, when they say ram, I'm assuming they need a big battering ram and not, a sheep.
A giant fortress in the middle of the countryside, protecting a huge pit which leads here, and a cyclops that rains fire on us from the skies. I'm starting to think this might not be a bandit we're dealing with, Chiron.
Where is here?
This is Erebus, the realm of Hades. We've passed into the underworld.
Whoa.
What?
Dude. What?
A gate? What do you think is behind it?
I don't know, but if our Cyclops friend wants to open it, I think we want it to stay closed. We've got to destroy that ram. Call for reinforcements at once!
Whoops. I'm gonna need to... Right. I'm gonna need to open this bad boy up.
Reinforcements!
Whoops. Oh no. Uh-oh. We're gonna lose everything. Hold on. Whoops. Here we go. Almost there.
This Nemean lion will fight for us. These Medusae will assist us against our foes.
I think I am gonna try the Hotlantis thing. Maybe, because I just think these spells kick a little more butt. I don't know about you, but... What's this? I'm gonna try again. Whoops.
More reinforcements have arrived!
No, whoops, sorry. Damn, keep confusing it. Come on. I know. Well, is this? What's your god statue? This statue represents a major god. Images of gods were a form of veneration and celebration, and it was believed that they brought the power of the gods closer. Many homes would have small statues or other representations of ancestors and gods. These were treated with great respect and reverence and hoped that the homes that they inhabited would be blessed.
Hetimos.
Heavy hoplite, Arkantos. Infantry, good against cavalry. Greek infantry are more expensive than those of other cultures, but they are also more powerful. The general purpose hoplite should form the backbone of any Greek army. They are particularly good at defeating cavalry, but are weak against ranged units. Hoplites are not fast, and some opponents may be able to outrun them. The predominant Greek soldier of antiquity was the hoplite, named after the equipment that he carried into battle. Hoplites wore helmets, leg armour and chest armour, and carried an aspis shield and a great long spear. They fought in dense columns with the spearheads from several ranks projecting out from the formation. They thus presented a formidable block bristling with spears held above the shoulder. In battle they would close with the enemy as a pushing wall of shields, stabbing with their spears over the shields. Men behind would push those in front and stab over them. This fighting was face to face and terrifying, requiring immense skill and discipline, and battles were usually short but deadly. Before the rise of the hoplite, most conflicts consisted mainly of disorganized clashes and skirmishing, but the advent of the organized phalanx formation revolutionized warfare. Hoplites dominated ancient battlefields for centuries. Okay, here we go.
More reinforcements have arrived.
What's this? Gargarensis. Ooh, Cyclops hero, good against myth units. Age 59, homeland, learner, occupation, warlord. Gargarensis is a Cyclops and a distant descendant of Poseidon. His great-grandmother, Amymone, was seduced by Poseidon, an act which Gargarensis has never forgiven. Rather than try to exact revenge against the sea god, the Cyclops figures that Poseidon owes him. He wants nothing more than to be a god himself and will stop at nothing to achieve this. Whoa. I wonder if I could... I mean, I could. I would think I'm gonna... I'm coming down.
We can block the enemy tunnels with those boulders.
Wait a minute. Oh no, Yeto, you're not getting away.
Get those reinforcements to the ram!
What the? Okay. Oh no. Oh, great.
Πρόσταγμα.
Heavy repairs. Cavalry, good against ranged soldiers and siege engines. Greek cavalry are expensive but powerful. Hippais are strong against ranged units and can strike quickly against siege weapons, but are weaker against infantry. Greek cavalry other than scouts or elite hetairai were called hippais, singular hippeis, in the Greek, hippeis meaning horse. Archaic Greek armies initially consisted predominantly of foot soldiers, but the Greco-Persian War, 5th century BCE, so 5th century BC, made the utility of other arms evident. organized corps of Hippias cavalry and other light troops were raised to support hoplite infantry armies. Cavalry forces saw increased prominence during the Hellenistic period, when Macedonian armies used them to devastating effect. Oh no.
Cease your futile attack!
Almost there. Almost there. Nemean Rex. This unit, whose roar causes damage to all enemies in the area, good against human soldiers. Scientific name, Leo Nemei. Size, 6,000 pounds. Diet, carnivore. This large and ferocious lion lived on the plain of Nemea, terrorizing the region. Normal men could not kill it and ran in fear from its mighty roar, so Heracles was sent against it, as the first of his 12 labors. When Heracles discovered that his arrows and other weapons could not penetrate the Nemean lion's hide, the hero closed with it. He used his incredible strength to strangle it. He then skinned the beast with its own claws, and returned with its skin as the impenetrable cloak that he is usually depicted as wearing. So Heracles literally... So, the lion was supposed to kill him. Hera was really mad at Heracles' birth, because Zeus seduced his mother, Alcmene, in Thebes. So Zeus was attracted to Alcmene. He was constantly falling in love. Fell in love with, he met Alcmene. So what he did was, she was the queen of Thebes. He was struck by her beauty, so he transformed into a copy, into an image of her husband, Amphitryon. And said, I'm home from war, let's get it on. So she slept with her husband she slept with Zeus thinking, oh, that's my husband. And then all of a sudden, one day her husband really does come back. And she's just like, baby, you're already up. I said, wait, what are you doing over there? Forget that. What am I doing over there? And Zeus be like, bastard! Runs out of the palace. I don't know, kind of like flies off as an eagle. This is sacred. Eagles are a sacred animal to Zeus. Not many people know that, but just kind of flies back to Olympus. It's like, Zeus! What did you do? So anyway, Hera was really mad. So she sent the 2 snakes into Heracles' bed. By the way, the name Heracles was picked to show, to call the greatness of Hera. It'd be a bit like if somebody, in a place like North Korea decided to suck up to, or it'd be like if a member of a child born in North Korea was used to suck up to Kim Jong-un, and they called him, I love Jong-un or something. That's literally what they were trying to do, suck up to Hera. It didn't work. Heracles sucked up to Hera. She nursed him. He was growing teeth, bit her breast. She leaked out like a huge river of milk, which is called the Milky Way now. They put Heracles back home. She sends 2 snakes. As a baby, he was very strong. He had the strength of 100 men in a single hand. He strangles the snakes to death. So anyway, you remember the story of Heracles, where after he was struck down with a madness, he kills his wife Megara and their kids, thinking they're his worst enemies. Zeus made him perform 12 terrible tasks. The first task was killing this large and ferocious lion that lived on the plains of Nemea. Legend says that lion could copy your voice. Others say it was just impenetrable. Some say it even looked like anything it wanted to do. The one thing we do know for sure, the lion was impenetrable to any weapon. In other words, the perfect monster, or the perfect predator, undefeatable by normal man, by mere men, or by human hands. But Heracles' hands were not human hands. He strangles the lion, cutting off its airway. He holds it, grapples it, and it suffocates in his hands. And ever after, he skinned the beast with his own claws. And he wore that cloak. He wears it to this day in the constellation of him. So, instead of killing him, so Hera, basically, instead of killing him, she just made Hercules invincible. Yeah, good going. That wasn't really a great
What will it take
play.
to destroy this ram?
Protege.
Prostagma.
More reinforcements are here!
Quickly.
Leje?
We've done it! Thank Poseidon!
No. After... Oh, that would have been so good. Getting rid of the Cyclops. Well, you can't win them all. We did save the underworld. That much we know. That much we've done. Thank God for that. The gods for that.
This is interesting. I would have thought you smarter than to ignore my warning. Fortunately, there are other routes to Tartarus, so this one can be closed.
Really? Whoa! Ah! Earthquake! Earthquake! Whoa. How did he do that? How did Gargarensis do that? That's impossible. It's not possible. How did he do it? He created an earthquake? Did he invoke one of the gods' powers? Because look, if he was invoking the Artemis power, because I know when you do the Artemis power, you can, you know, cause an earthquake. But that's ridiculous. I don't know any gods that would want to help this guy out, this Gargarensis guy out. But yeah, that's interesting. You know, he's the son of Poseidon. You know, Poseidon did have a couple of Cyclops kids. One of the most famous ones was Polyphemus. Remember Polyphemus? Yeah, that was a funny one. That's probably happening as we speak. You know, in this game. You know, Odysseus is coming home. But it's going to take him another 10 years to get home because of the Odyssey thing. So, the Odyssey is about how, you know, Odysseus is coming home. It's going to take him another 10 years to come home. It took him 10 years to fight the Trojan War, now it's going to take him 10 years to come home again. That's 20 years. That's a long time to be away from your wife. Long time to be away from home. That's a very long time to be away. So anyway, he's on the way home. He finds an island with a lot of sheep on it. The people, his crew, go get some sheep, kill a couple of sheep, have some mutton. They cook a lot. My Big Fat Greek Wedding. That's one of my mum's favourite movies. He no eat no meat. Oh, that's okay, we cook a lamb. So, that is great. So it's like, all of a sudden, so they cook some sheep. They eat some of the sheep. They find a cave to shelter in for a while. Turns out both the cave and the sheep belong to this huge cyclops called Polyphemus, who of course is very upset, thinks, well, since you're depriving me of some sheep, I wanted mutton too, you know. They're my sheep. I get the chance to eat my sheep. Well, if you're going to be here and you're eating some of my sheep and I'm hungry, I'm going to eat you. So he bit off a couple of their heads. He said, I'm going to eat 2 members of the crew every day until I've run out. Then I'm going to go back to mutton. By that time, the sheep probably would have had a couple more or had a couple more lambs. Anyway, so hey, more lamb afterwards. So it's like, what? So Odysseus is thinking, what? What are we going to do? How are we getting out? How are we getting home? So Odysseus decides, hey, you know, it's cool that you want to eat us. How about washing it down with a little bit of wine? So I got some wine here. So Polyphemus thinks, okay, fine, I'll drink some wine with you. I mean, I'm going to eat you last anyway, so you drink this. So, pardon me, Polyphemus drinks some wine with Odysseus. I'm thinking, oh, this is really good. Thanks for getting me some of this, man. You're a friend, man. What's your name, by the way, dude? It's like, and then Odysseus famously says, I am nobody, sir. Is in the Greek name for nobody, which is Nemo, which is interesting, or Nemo. Was it Nemos, or I don't really remember what the Greek word for nobody was, but he said, I'm nobody. So of course, eventually, Polyphemus gets really drunk. Well, bearing in mind, you think, oh, he can't hold his liquor. He's huge, and he can't hold his liquor. Can't hold his booze. It's like, well, you know, ancient Greek booze was very powerful. Was very strong. We use a more Jewish sensibility when brewing wine now. But Greek wine was very, very, very strong. Ancient Greek wine was very, very, very strong. They wanted to get drunk with every sip, or with every cup at least. So he has a cup and he's drunk. So anyway, Polyphemus ends up pissed and he falls down to the ground. And Odysseus takes the poker that he'd used to skewer the sheep, forces his eye open while he's asleep, and he stabs it into his eye, destroying his only good eye and blinding him. And he starts howling in pain, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm blind, I'm blind, I'm blind. And then other Cyclops come to him and say, what's happened to you? He says, I'm hurt. He said, who hurt you? He says, nobody hurt me. Nobody harmed me. I was blinded by nobody. And the Cyclops thinks, well, he probably just had an accident or something, so we'll get to him later. So it's all of a sudden, so guy's blind now, can't see anything. So he's thinking, but he's still got to lead the sheep out to pasture. So Odysseus then says, okay, the rest of you crew, we're all going to hide under the sheep. We're going to hide under the sheep. Don't let him know that we're here. So they hide underneath the sheep. He touches each sheep to make sure that no one's escaping. It's like, oh, that's wool, that's wool, that's wool, that's wool. So, oh, they're all sheep, cool. None of the people are escaping. You guys better not escape while I'm blind and vulnerable. It's like, bruh. I mean, I told you not to escape. We're not going to escape, sir. Don't worry, we won't escape. Who said that? It's nobody. Ah, see? It's good to know that nobody's talking to me right now. See? At least nobody's keeping their promise properly. And you're right, nobody was keeping their promise because he escapes. One of him starts throwing rocks, and the only weapon he's got under his belt now after that was Poseidon's son. And they're out on the sea. So Poseidon was making an enemy of him. No wonder it took him 10 more years to get back. That is one scary story. But not as scary as coming from here to here. Strangers. The heroes try to escape from the underworld with the help of the shades. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Okay, well, I think that's going to do it for us today. It's a little shorter today. I did cheat a little bit, but hey, we were going to go down there anyway. We were coming down anyway, so I think we did pretty well. And I did want to kill that Gargarensis guy, but couldn't do it. So, hey, if I can't do it, I can't do it. Now he's sealed us in the underworld. And so next time, Age of Mythology Retold, we're going to have to get out of that jam. You have to get out of there. That's a fine mess he's got us into. How does he do that? How did he do that? That shouldn't be possible. It shouldn't be possible. But it is. But it shouldn't be possible, but he did it anyway. Wow. That's scary, and the exciting conclusion of that comes next time on Age of Mythology Retold. In the meantime, it has been Age of Mythology Retold. I have been Christian Ali. Thank you so much for watching. I know it was a little shorter today, but hey, you know, we can't control how long it takes. I suppose I could play the next part, but really it's just too exciting to do right now. Besides which, I'd like to look at some of these holidays events. Probably, yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see a couple of those guys. Yeah, that looks really cool. So, yeah, that's gonna be really... That does not look good. We're gonna have to go through the underworld. That is gonna be scary. But, yeah, basically, let's hope that video is gonna be a little bit longer, because I don't want to shortchange you. I don't think I shortchanged you. None of those cheats did nothing. I do think that was funny that those cheats did nothing. I should really use less cheats, maybe. But hey, you know, I like some of the cheats. I mean, they put the cheats in because they want you to use them, I think. But yeah, basically I'm going to think about how that's going to work going forward, because I'd love to, because I love playing this game with you. And I know that was a little shorter than we used to, but I still think that that worked pretty well. And so I think that next time we'll look at the rest of this Underworld thing, and let's hope we can get the next chapter of the campaign, of the Fall of the Trident campaign. And let's hope we're out of the Underworld after that, because that is scary. Because that'd be bad if we're still in the Underworld. But hey, it could be fun to trek around the Underworld a little bit. Maybe we'll end up popping out the other side, all the way back in Atlantis. It'd be nice to go all the way back to Atlantis from there. In the meantime, I've been Christian Allen. This has been Age of Mythology Retold, Fall of the Trident campaign. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the tubes. Bye everyone.